Well, we heard yesterday from Dr. Simon Adams, the Executive Director of the Global Centre for the Responsibility to Protect, which advises the UN Security Council on mass atrocity crimes. We can speak to him again now. Thank you very much for coming back onto the programme.
Thank you for having me, Lewis.
So yesterday you warned of a huge risk of an escalation. You said you didn't quite know what it would be, but it seems just 24 hours on, you've been proved right.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up this morning to heartbreaking messages from people inside Myanmar with the, reports of what had happened and transpired, keeping in mind that they're hours ahead of us. And certainly it's been a day when, the UN has said 18 are dead. We have sources who indicate it might be as high as 26 people who were killed in 6 different cities. We've now got over 1,100 people who have been arrested since the coup started. All of this happening in a situation where the military seems determined to crush what is, and it has to be said, a peaceful movement of people demanding that the military step back from this coup and restore some kind of democratically elected civilian government.
And with this escalation, do you fear further scenes like this over the coming days?
I absolutely fear it, and certainly those messages, again, from people inside the country, people are afraid for their lives. It's not going to stop them from protesting, but the messages from them are: where is the world? Who is going to help us? And reports of the horrors that are happening on their streets. And that's why I think, as I said yesterday, statements of concern are not going to cut it in this situation. There's actually going to have to be concerted international pressure to hold Myanmar's military accountable. There has to be things like targeted sanctions on the generals, an arms embargo, no recognition, no diplomatic recognition, and divestment from all these military-controlled businesses. They have to start feeling the pressure of the international community, or they'll continue to wage war on their own people.
Okay, can I ask you about one member of the international community in particular, China, obviously hugely powerful in the region. What role has it got now?
Well, China has been the protector of Myanmar at the UN Security Council. It protected it from scrutiny in 2017 when the military committed a genocide against the Rohingya people. It's been an absolute obstacle to any kind of action at the UN Security Council. So that's obviously a big hurdle to get over. The United States has the presidency of the Security Council starting tomorrow. So I think there should be increased pressure there. But many of the things that I just spoke about are things that states and regional organizations can do outside of the UN Security Council, and they should absolutely do so.
And given the calls that you've been making, how optimistic are you that international countries, be that China or whoever, are actually going to step up here?
Well, I have no faith in China. Given their track record, given that a genocide wasn't enough to stop them from trying to shield the generals in Myanmar. But certainly I think that more pressure can be put on them. As I said, there is a whole bunch of actions that can happen without the UN Security Council. And I think you can't hope but be helpful when you see the absolute determination of ordinary people on the streets all across Myanmar who are determined to stand up for their rights. I just hope that the international community stands up with them for once and stands behind them and beside them.
Simon Adams, really important to hear from you again. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, Lewis.